Welcome to another episode of Wait a minute. This is a whole new show. It's Firing Order, brought to you by Vyper Industrial. And I am your host, Brian Scotto. I've been talking about it. You've heard me tease it, and it's finally here. Today, for our premiere show, we're going to rank the top 5 drivers' cars made since the year 2000. And to do that, we've got none other than my good friends Anatra and Zaras here with us. You may remember them from the genesis of Very Vehicular, as well as other things they've done. With this being the first episode, drop a comment, let us know your top 5, and give us other topics you'd like to see ranked. But first, a quick word from our partners, because without them, you'd be paying for this. All right, let's get into it. Each week you hear me talk about how great Heatwave sunglasses are, but today I want to talk about their co-founder Justin Hurdle and his fantastic taste in cars. Here's a quick sampling. Top of the list, he has a sick 3rd gen LSA-powered sequentially shifted Pontiac GTA. On the flip side, he's got a 190E Cosworth Evo 1, if you know you know, plus a proper vintage NASCAR in the iconic Tide livery. What else? A rad C4 Vet, a race Miata, a GT3 RS, and another NASCAR. I can't keep track. Speaking of, he tracks all of his cars. But the pinnacle of his collection, a 92 Kenworth custom hauler / motorhome. I've never been more envious. Anyway, go check him out, heatwavevisual.com, and help support a fellow vehicular hoarder. So what if all of his run? So I went to Fat Ice Race to help my friends at BBI capture some content. Normally, I'm not the one on GoPro duty, but it was a one-man show. And if you know anything about action camera mounts, you'll know that thumb tightening is no match for an 800 horsepower 911. Instead of carrying 6 different Allen keys and a screwdriver, I brought one Wera bit driver. 1 tool, 3 bits, all fits in my pocket. Wera actually started with screwdrivers and bits over 60 years ago. So they know what they're doing. Whether you need one that ratchets, is tiny like this one, or has a bevy of bits stored in the handle, Wera's got you dialed. Go find your favorite on weratools.com. Welcome back, boys.
Hey, what up?
I'm happy that you guys kicked off Very Vehicular and now you're here for Firing Order.
Yeah, that's right. Honor. First one again.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Well, because you know what? As I mentioned previously, like this is a show about combat, and the 3 of us
love language.
really love arguing together.
Yeah.
So
I figured that just because you kind of gave us a shot at Hoonigan, Ron and I just have this like infinite debt to do nonsense for you. You know, you're like,
oh, fuck, 8 o'clock on a Saturday. All right,
we're like,
whatever.
How many more of these
Gotta
things do I
do
have
it.
to do?
Wait, so
before I'm done?
wait, so you mean you didn't want to come? You don't want to be here?
I wanted to be here.
Of course, I want to be here.
Where else would you want to be on a Saturday night? But
Honestly,
in my garage.
Yeah, and
arguing about cars.
I'm hoping that Ron and I are going to get to teach you something today.
I really do hope so.
Yeah,
You're going to teach me something
yeah,
today?
because Ron and I are going to be very aligned.
Yeah.
And you think
It's probably like word for word the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's
I have a question about the premise of this thing, and it could skew our answers drastically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they all know what the hell we're talking about already, or you want to set it up?
Well, all right. So the actual topic or Firing Order?
Both. Starting with Firing Order.
So the whole idea of Firing Order is that it's a listicle, right? So like we're here, we each bring our own lists, and then we argue over the lists, and then we end with the final list, which is like basically something that's like written in stone. It is fucking gospel, right? Because the 3 of us said it.
Yeah.
So it clearly matters.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we're not biased at all to one type of car.
No.
This is absolutely not a subjective list by 3 idiots. This is an objective list that it honestly is.
And all resale values should obviously go off of this too.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So yeah, you'll give your 5, you'll give your 5, I'll give my 5. Actually each one of those we will all argue over the best 2 of each people's 5. That'll move to the next round. In the end, that leaves us with 6. We're going to make a ranking of 5, which means one gets knocked out. And I will also kind of bring up maybe some blind spots that we didn't bring up as a group that are like cars that I know.
That's the real reason I showed up, is because like, what is Scotto gonna pick? I know it's not gonna be what I have.
No, and this is where like my big question for this is gonna be: are we talking stock cars?
Yes, we're talking stock cars because or stock-ish because I think you can
Max Club Sport.
Yeah.
Or like minor bolt-ons.
Yeah, like if you want to put some
FBO.
coilovers on, some wheels.
Because I was more worried that you were going to be like, well, the best
this
driver's car for
swapped
under $100,000 is clearly a twin VR6 Mark I Rabbit that I put on top of a IMSA retired chassis, but you could do it in a weekend.
Look,
so.
at our age, we can all agree that anything swapped with an engine is not a good driving experience. It might be fun, but as a driving experience, no, you're rolling the dice the
By
whole
the way,
time.
I do want to say to the audience, because we have a group chat and we were discussing, which is called Ballast Boys, and we were discussing what the topic would be tonight. And one of the topic choices I put was practical engine swaps, to which you just lolled to.
No, I was like, absolutely
you wouldn't even
not.
entertain the conversation. and then Ron said, the whole thing's just going to be Mark II VR6 or nah. That's the whole conversation.
Yeah. Practical and engine swap is just like an oxymoron.
It just doesn't exist.
Like, I know they could be good, but it's like it's not practical.
I think there's
by
some
any
good.
means.
I think a Mark II VR6 is a practical engine swap.
Yeah.
I think a K series and an NSX has become a pretty practical engine swap these days. At least
All right.
according to
Anyway,
moving
on.
Next.
Anyway, all right. So today's topic is the greatest, or the top 5 drivers' cars made since 2000, but some rules: under 100,000 and no Porsches. And the reason I say no Porsches,
I didn't know the no Porsches rule. Okay,
sorry. And the reason I say no Porsches is because me and him just did an entire episode just waxing.
Although,
totally fair.
Can I give a teaser?
911.
Totally fair.
Can I give a teaser? I didn't know that rule, and I didn't have a single Porsche on my list.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
No.
Amazing.
Because you hate stock 911s.
Well, my thing
Only GT3s over here, this guy.
Of course.
No, but when you were said, because that's why I asked stock, because I'm like, you could build a fun like C2S, but like out the factory.
But you could get a 996 GT3 for under 100. Barely, but still, you can find them.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, no Porsches.
No Porsches.
No, but we're saying
good rule.
We're saying I would say when I say 100K, I mean from new was 100K.
Oh, well,
Does that change your list a little bit?
No, that still doesn't matter. But
like for example, you could buy a 360 for under 100K now, but that's not really like I meant like.
So like when you were new. Okay, still doesn't change my list at all.
Yeah, it doesn't change mine either.
Good drivers cars, like not like full blown sports cars.
Attainable
good cars.
Attainable good drivers cars. Yeah.
You have any other questions on the rules?
No.
Mods.
It can't be if you have a car that is only good because of mods, then we're gonna fight you on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it has to be pretty good out the box. Like, look, every car is a little bit better with better tires and coilovers.
Sure.
But it shouldn't require like a turbo kit. And this is me saying
Right.
this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
All right.
I support these rules.
Yeah.
Easy.
Good rule
So,
set.
all right, we're gonna start with you, Vin.
Okay.
So just give us a list, no order.
Okay. My first one, any generation, Z06.
Okay.
I feel like you have to pick a gen though.
C6Z06.
C6, but I think, because when I thought it was like price now, I was like, you could get any generation of Z06 for under 100 grand. Which is sick. So yeah, I go C6. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Any of them. Second car, S2000.
Okay.
Third car, this is going to be a shocker. BRZ FRS GT86 Gen 2 only, not the first gen. Gen like the current
Got one parked out front right now.
Yeah. Third car, CT9A Evo 8 or 9.
Okay. Pick one.
They're like the same shit. It's a 9. Go 9, but they're like they're close enough. Okay. Was that 4?
Yeah.
How did I lose the one?
I gotta look at
and
my
then
list
E92 M3.
Yeah, I figured you'd go. E92 over E46.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
We are unbelievably close.
I figured it would be mostly the same as Ron's list.
But I have a couple. Yeah.
We'll get to yours. We'll get to yours. Okay, so now we got to pick the 2 from yours that move on. So do we want to start with what we think the best ones are, or do we want to?
I think it's always easiest to clip.
All really good.
Yeah.
I think they're all really good.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really any surprises on your list.
Not really any surprises, no.
Yeah, Vinny shows up with the expected.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's for a reason.
It's for a good
reason. It's for a good reason.
Should I give my top 2?
Yeah, what's your top 2?
All right, so I think if I had to pick my top 2 from that list, it would be Evo S2000 for like out the box fun. And like the M3 and the Z06, incredible. But I feel like they need some stuff. They need a little bit. They need like the M3 needs an exhaust. It needs a tune. It needs like little things to like spice it up. But like out the box, Evo and the S2000 are just kind of sick.
Completely agree on Evo, of course.
Yeah, I was going to say, I also agree on Evo. Like, I think the Evo is, I've said it so many times, like, it is one of the best cars. Like, right out the box, super fun.
Yep.
It is more raw than I think most cars out the box are, which makes it great.
And it punched way above its weight.
And I said it before, I think Evo has the best steering feel for under $100,000, bar none.
Yep.
No car under 100K can outsteer.
Which is the same reason why you can't make a U-turn in it.
Of course.
Because the steering radius is so ridiculous.
Or you need a like 360-point turn into a regular parking spot.
It's great on track, miserable for like
for sure.
Oh, we're not talking about daily. Evo is a trash daily driver.
When I daily drove my Evo on E85 to Hoonigan, I would have to fill up every other day.
Because it has like a 1.2 gallon gas tank.
It's also
just the shittiest car.
It's also like when they were like inspired by the Dash, they were like, look at like a 1986 Toyota Tercel. We just want to recreate
and by
that.
the 9, the interior was
2000s.
sick.
Can I little tangential story? I had an Evo 9 with an FP Black, Kelford 272s, Busher exhaust. I thought it was a fucking dude, right? Yeah. It was like, this was back in like, I don't know,
I haven't heard Busher in so
2014 or something, right? I remember I was dating this girl and I'm like driving it and I was like, yeah, I sold the Evo. And she was like, oh, like for how much? And I was like, 25. And she was like, $100. Because you got to realize for like someone who doesn't know about cars, you're like, this is the crappiest car I've ever been in.
Wow.
Like,
dude,
you know,
you realize part of what makes that car so good is that the door panels are like as thin as aluminum foil.
Oh yeah.
So like you get all the road noise. Like it has no NVH whatsoever.
First off, it's a Mitsubishi, which like has no respect. And then it's like it feels like a pile of shit.
Kids today, they're like Mitsubishi. Don't they make HVAC systems?
Right. No, totally.
Like
100%.
I think my air conditioner is a Mitsubishi.
So yeah,
but then you drive it into a corner and it's like, whoa.
Yeah,
I mean, you cannot match that.
Yeah, you have to be a driver to understand why that car is so cool.
Yeah. So fun little story that I can now tell. Ken came to New York City and was like, we were like, hey, he's like, oh, let's go drive around. And I had an Evo on loan from the press fleet. And at the time, Ken was a Subaru driver. So he was like, I was like, you should drive this thing. He's like, is it much different than the STI? And I was like, yeah, kind of is. It's pretty damn good. And he's like, all right. And we got in it and just tore up Manhattan. Like this was like before Ken realized like we can't kind of do that stuff. And like just driving through Manhattan with like a rally car driver. I'd only known Ken for like a year or two at this point. Yeah. And when he got out of it, he was like, why is the STI not like this? And I was like, I know it's amazing out of the box.
Yeah.
Like it was just that car was just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I've never owned an Evo. I talk about them all the time.
It's crazy because you're too busy buying Audis.
Yeah.
You're the other all-wheel drive guy.
You remember what I said when I was like, when like we were looking at my Audi and it's like right before it like headed to SEMA and you were like, fuck man, you built a beast. And I turned to you and I said, yeah, and it probably still doesn't drive as good as an Evo 9.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I do remember that now. And that's hilarious. Yeah. Stock Evo 9. So, all right. So back to the list.
So Evo 9, I think
we all hard agree.
Like,
actually,
that definitely deserves to be on the list.
For me, S2000 was the first one on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because right out of the box, it's like, it's kind of anemic. It needs an exhaust too. It needs coilovers. It needs tires. It needs more, I feel, to really be alive. Once you get there, like FBO and S2000 is sick.
I guess I kind of agree that like S2000 and E92 M3 land in like the same space.
Right.
Like out of the box, you kind of want more.
Yeah.
And they need like the exact same mods to be awesome.
For sure.
So,
and the difference to me is that an E92 M3 is like, where else ever in history can you get a V8 that revs that high? Like an exotic revving V8.
An Audi RS4, but whatever. Keep going.
Where else can you? No. Already out.
What?
Already out. It's cool, but if you like understeer.
Jeremy Clarkson said that is one of the greatest engines to ever be made.
Engine, yeah. But
if
then
they
when you
put it,
put
like,
it 20
4
feet in front of the front axle,
they move it 4 feet backwards, and
you
it'd
do
probably be
this,
okay.
and you just keep going straight. That's not a good driver's car.
Yeah, it's true. It's not bad in the R8.
It's great on a highway.
It's not bad in the R8, although the R8 is also better with the V10. But whatever.
Totally.
Whatever.
Yeah. So, I would personally replace S2K with the 92 M3.
By the way,
I
just real
support
quickly,
that.
talking about like practical engine swaps, that V8 in a Lotus, like a Spree, is actually a pretty good swap. Anyway, moving on. The Audi.
So what do you
the
think
Audi
for
V8.
2?
So I don't like the S2000, but only because I don't fit in it.
Yeah.
I actually famously flew to the press launch of the S2000, got in it, and couldn't drive it. Like the top, like I couldn't even get it.
Yeah.
down.
You're
And it was-
looking at like the bar.
Yeah, I couldn't even see over the bar. It was like
Yeah.
right in that mid
Yeah,
space. So like I took like 2 laps in it. I can't speak on it from driving it, but I don't know. Like I'm also just not a Honda guy, so
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
and then I think that's also the other one for me is like it always feels like it's I don't know, it's this weird car that's like just lives in this other space.
You don't want to know why? Because it's a convertible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
If it was
And
like a
it's just
cooler coupe,
really small.
and the hard tops today are worth more than the cars themselves.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
But like Kato
no,
had
wait.
Kato had like
Yeah,
a really
I remember
dope
that.
I love
S2000.
Kato's
You had an
great.
S2000.
I had
for a
an
little bit?
S2000 for a bit
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just because it's a convertible. I feel like you like look at it, and it's like you got to be like a what do they call those?
Roadster?
Roadster.
Oh,
you got to be like a
Well, it
roadster
is
guy.
technically a roadster. But
Yeah,
you got to be a roadster
you gotta
guy.
be a roadster guy.
What
And
is
I'm
a
not
roadster
really-
guy? Like you got to need like a scarf and driving gloves or some bullshit?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%. 100%.
I don't know. I just
scarf.
like I can't imagine any of us driving a
ascot.
convertible.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
So your two that move
What was
on,
the other two? No. So we got,
C6 Z06.
that's like a strong contender. What else? E92 M3.
E92 M3, Gen 2 BRZ 86, and
Yeah, that was
the
it.
last one.
Yeah.
Was that fine? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, we know the Evo's moving on.
The Evo moves on. For me, I would say it's between C6 Z06 and the Gen 2 BRZ GT86. Which is like such a difficult decision between those two because like the C6 Z06 is a fantastic car, but the BRZ is probably like one of the last current analog cars that exist today.
That's an interesting question because
like if you were to compare the C8 today versus the BRZ, I would the BRZ is a more of a driver's car.
Oh, absolutely.
We both have spent tons of time in
lots of
those
track
cars.
time in both.
I'm gonna disagree.
What?
I drove the C8 Z06, not the ZR1, Z06.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible.
But here's a question,
incredible
and
car.
I feel like this will be kind of that thing. So like they're
But
both
also
very
that's over
similar.
$100,000.
They're similar in the way
new, yeah.
Z06.
they're similar in the way they behave, right? But like the performance limits of the Z06 are crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're illegal almost immediately.
Yeah.
Where one of the big reasons why the BRZ is so fun is like you could still be kind of legal and throwing that thing around and be sideways. Like Z06, C6, first gear is 60 miles an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so you're very, very like danger limits
Yeah.
immediately. And maybe that's good. I don't know. But like the BRZ to me, I think would be the pick there because it's just fun at any speed.
But I gotta say, if you got like the BRZ was like or GT86, whatever, is like you gotta mention it. But if we're talking top 2, it's not in the top 2 because you drive an E92 M3 bone stock and then you drive a 86 FRS, like.
Yeah.
You're not picking that car.
You're
I
right.
don't care who you are. You're not picking it.
That's a good point.
If you took every single car you mentioned and brought them, 'cause I don't think you want to say track because track's a different experience. It's not a driver's car. Like a driver's car is like whatever, windy roads, canyon. That's more of a driver's car.
Yeah.
Like a track car is something different. I would say if you took all those cars, brought them to the track, the 2 cars you'd have the most fun in, if you're competent, is probably the Evo. And actually, I
think the Evo would be the worst not the worst, but it wouldn't be the fastest.
Depends on the track.
All-wheel drive
No,
stuff.
but I don't think track. I think that's the point. Like,
like a
when you
canyon
talk-
road?
I think on
Oh,
like
yeah.
a canyon road.
Oh, a
like
canyon
an
road,
Evo
forget it.
is fucking great.
Yeah.
It's
Evo,
forgiving.
I would
one's
pick
no
Evo
question.
or E92 M3.
I guess, my pick is E92 M3 in that scenario.
Because the Corvette's cool, but the gearing is crazy. So
Yeah.
for canyons, you might be a little like whatever.
Yeah, you're really just hanging out in second gear the whole time.
And then the S2000 and 86, great cars, but they're just really power limited. So I just think that you're gonna compared to the other cars, they're a little sleepy in terms of like excitement when you're getting on the pedal.
When the E92 M3 came out, you had the ISF in the market, you had the you had the B7 RS4, and you had the Mercedes C63 AMG. And I drove all 4 of them at the same time, back to back.
Sick.
And as much as I hated to admit, the E92 is the best car.
Yeah,
because like I love the violence of the C63,
but the trans,
but it's not. One, it's only auto.
Yeah.
2, it just doesn't handle the same way.
Yeah.
The ISF sounded cool, but was like super numb. Like I don't understand the car at all.
The ISF also, correct me if I'm wrong, torque converter auto. Wasn't like a DC.
Correct.
Yeah, it wasn't like a DC.
So like, because those cars,
but so was the Mercedes.
I know that the Mercedes is trash because of that.
Yeah.
Our friend had one, drove it, and I was like, I always wanted a C63.
They sound amazing. They look great.
They're great stoplight to stoplight.
Oh, for sure.
They just tear
highway
the tires
car,
off.
road trip car, all day.
Honestly,
all day.
Daily driver, great.
Yeah. If you live in LA, SoCal,
Perfect car.
Sit at a million stoplights, great.
Yep.
But like, the transmission just sucks.
All right. So I mean, we're getting pretty close on the yellow light. So
yeah. So are you thinking? So are we happy
Evo
with
M3,
Evo 9 and E92 M3?
Yeah.
I just feel like I just versus C6 Z06. Like the C6 Z06 is such a fantastic.
It's an incredible car.
LS7, high revving LS. Like just other than that, the trunk area will melt your luggage. It is a fantastic car.
It's an insanely good car.
It is an insanely good car. Like really good cockpit.
So
like,
much so that I always said that until I drove pretty much every generation of Corvette now a bunch, and I did all those like worth it shows on a bunch of generations, and I'm like, Corvette is not a sports car and it's not a supercar. It's a Corvette because nothing competes with any Corvette. Easily. You're like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because you're like, that car is the same price as an M3, but it's faster than an M3 by like I couldn't even
every little thing you do puts it that much of a level higher than anything
You remember
else.
we did that I don't even remember the name of that. What was it called?
Hodgepodge.
Yeah. A story for 060, and we had Z06 there,
GT1 edition,
and we had a 911. Was it a
C4?
C4 or whatever. And it's like I can't even begin to explain to you how much better the C6 was.
It's insane.
Easily.
It was just like so much better.
Yeah.
We had everything of that time, and like everybody fought for the Z06.
And that was like that was the one that had balsa wood in it. Because I remember everyone wanted to make fun of like it has wood in it. It doesn't fucking matter if it has wood in it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the E92 M3 because I feel like you need to have an M3 in your package. Only because I think there might be a C6 on someone else's list coming up. So we're going to move forward with that.
On to Ron.
All right. My list goes. Now I got to look at my notes. All right. Obviously, top of the list, Evo 6.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to say we need to limit this to American cars because otherwise the list gets too crazy. I should have given you that note, but when it's a little late, maybe we'll let it
they
live.
are available in America now, but...
Yeah, but I think it's like... Yeah, the gray market makes it a little bit different.
That's why it was as annoying as it was to be like all generations. That's why I was kind of like, because I was going to just be like Evos in general. Because they're all kind of the same and awesome.
A 6 is a way different experience.
Yeah.
And it is the best Evo experience by far.
Do you think so?
Driving wise, yeah.
I had a 5 and I loved it. And
you like the 5
and 6 are very
You like
close.
the 5 more?
Very
I've
close.
never driven anything other than the 8 and 9 and the 10.
Well, the dynamics of driving like a 5 or 6, a CP 9A is like feels like 8 or 9, but lighter. So like it rules.
Way lighter. Like it's just way more intuitive. It feels way less safe. Like the rear end comes around way easier.
I love cars that feel
safe.
100%. No, it's really good. Yeah,
like it's not made for like people that make mistakes.
Yeah. It's an Evo 9 that's 500 pounds lighter.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
100%. The turn-in's crazy. The feeling's wild. Like it's really, really connected. Like even every journalist will tell you that's driven them all. Like 6 is the way to go.
Yeah.
5 or 6. Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
All right.
Wait, when did Evo 6 come out?
98.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Or 99.
And went to what, 2001?
1.
Okay, so it's just on the cusp.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got?
Right on the cusp. 996 GT3, that's out. E92 M3, C6 Z06, Lotus Exige.
Ooh, I didn't think about the Exige.
Lotus Exige.
Yeah.
It was, I drove one very early on, and like the fact that it has like metal floor plate, like it feels like a prototype race car from the factory. That's a car that needs
Are you done with your list? Is that everything?
Yeah.
No,
Because S2000 was on there too.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say right now, like Exige was on my list. I would put Exige forward. I think Exige is one of the best driver's cars ever. It sucks for doing anything other than driving.
Of course. Yeah.
It sucks more than the Evo does.
Yes.
It's impossible to get
it makes the Evo feel like a regular
it's
daily
impossible
driver
to get in
car.
and out of.
Yeah.
Like it's really noisy, but it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Man, I've never driven one, but they seem so fun.
Unassisted steering. So it's like manual rack.
Yeah.
It's got like the only downside to it is probably the engine. It's got a turbo 1.8. Supercharged 1.8 Toyota engine that just sounds like a little rough. Like
It just sound-wise,
match. The sound doesn't match, but it revs to $8,000. There was a version that revved to $9,000.
That's sick.
Like
the
was
later
only
ones had like
European
350 some horsepower,
There's
340.
There's a dude, he goes to like the car meets around here. He's got a white one with like
so
AP
good.
brakes and like SE37
the AP brakes
Ks.
actually came stock on like
sick.
I think on the S260.
But his license plate is like, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like 1936 LBS.
Yeah.
So sick.
Because I mean, brand new,
They
like
were
nothing done. They were 2,000.
Yeah, just over 2,000. It was like 2075.
2,000 pound car is insane.
And then you add 340 some horsepower.
But even just the base S one was like 250, 240.
Yeah.
You're talking like more. You're talking that perfect weight ratio.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic like Colin Chapman. It's like add lightness, and the better versions also got lighter. Like as they went on, they were like they just made them lighter and lighter.
And then you add the supercharger that kind of takes care of the like wonky engine noise for you
The
because you get the
supercharger's
whine.
okay. It just you know what it was for me, and I maybe feel different in it today, but it almost like looks and feels like a supercar.
Sure.
But it doesn't sound like one.
Right.
Like if it had more of like,
but
I don't think that really takes away from it. It's just that
from a driving experience.
Yeah, like you're in it and the cockpit and everything about it. You are expecting to hear like that high pitch, but it doesn't really work out the same way. But it's still great.
Buzzy. It's a buzzy
but
car.
it's still really, really good.
Yeah, you know what's
it's a
funny? Because
phenomenal car.
I mean, I love those. But I don't think I ever consider them because I don't know if I really want to drive one on the road. Like, I feel like I'd want an Exige as a track car.
only.
Yeah.
What about? I mean, canyon car. I'm sure it'd be amazing.
It's a great canyon.
Getting to the canyon will be horrendous.
Yeah. Well, that is just so small.
Yeah.
Like, it's
they're very
But
small.
I do fit in them, but I have to take my shoes off.
But I
Like,
just,
the
I
pedal box
also,
is so tight.
like, it's one of the only cars I can really think of where, like, the metal interior is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the whole center console is just, like dimple dyed, like, crazy
so
stuff.
sick.
Like, you feel like you're in a spaceship.
Yeah,
and
it's so
that's
cool.
like, oh, God.
And a lot of
100% support that.
And a lot of people consider it like the last true Lotus. Like that was like the last one that was like true to the original.
To the spirit of Lotus as a brand.
I mean, I think we all driven the Mira and the Evora and stuff, and like they're still good.
They're cool. They are still one of the more.
But then they get numbed down.
Yeah,
right. Like,
I gotta drive an Exige.
you got to do it.
I gotta
dude.
drive it.
Yeah, you would love it.
Like that's like a good one for you to get.
I should. Yeah. I should buy an Exige.
Trust me, I occasionally look at them and be like, "This is a really bad purchase," because like I can't even put my kid in it.
And they're still like a great, like dollar for dollar, like what you get.
I
pretty
think they're
good value.
like what 60 for an
50,
Exige?
60. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And something else too, like I think one of the things that makes a really good driver's car is a small footprint, because I think when the car gets too big, you don't get to use the road as much, especially for like again off track. Like being in a small car on a canyon road, like you can use more of the road in a small car. The smaller footprint, the lighter weight, like it just makes it a better driver's
I think that's
car.
part of why I rank the M3 above the Z06, because the Z06
is a big car.
shockingly light.
Yeah.
It's actually like
It's lighter
multiple
than the M3 by a
hundred
lot.
pounds lighter than the M3,
Yeah.
but it feels like it's big. It's
Feels
long,
like a big car.
it feels wide.
Hood's
like
really long when you're
Yeah.
behind the wheel.
and even if it's not, like I don't know the stats like wheelbase and width and stuff, but if it's not, it feels bigger when
Sure.
you're in it. So you might not use the road as much because it feels just like a huge GT car.
All right, so I think we all agree that the Exige moves forward.
I think the Exige has to move forward.
Gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What
then if we're not counting the Evo 6, which I think is bullshit, then C6 EO6 is my second pick.
I mean, what else did you have on the list? S2000.
Everything else that Vin
Yeah.
It was S2000, E92 M3, 996 GT3. I had honorable mention, dollar for dollar. Like,
Yeah.
not maybe even brand new.
Trust me, all of mine have caveats. So.
330i ZHP.
Yeah, those are good too.
I think for the dollar, what you spent was so close to an M3.
Yeah. Those are
but
good.
it was so attainable. And now, especially like used pricing, like, dude, you can get one for like 13 grand
they're
something.
Great
Crazy
cars.
car for the price.
Yeah. But I think the moving forward with Exige and C6, because the C6 is just like a fucking, like you said, it's just
It's
an
a beast.
incredible
Yeah,
car.
you can't not have
Yeah.
it move forward. Like it's too good at everything.
Yeah, it really is too. And like even driving them and stuff, you're like, wow, this is like shockingly practical, easy to get in and out of. Like
You can actually fit a lot in the
stuff
trunk.
in it,
It'll
yeah.
melt, but you can fit a lot back
Yeah,
there.
I drove one when it first came out. I took one on Bull Run. It was so much fun. And
Yeah.
you could literally cruise for hours at 100 miles plus. Pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a ripper.
Honorable mention on my list, but didn't actually make it.
No, go for it. Yeah, you can throw
Viper
it on.
GTS.
Oh,
Is that under? Was that
I don't
under
know.
100
That has
grand?
to-
It might have been like right on the cusp.
I think it was under. I think it was 70s or 80s.
What?
New. Yeah.
You know, it's
that's
fun.
crazy.
It's interesting you mentioned that because
But I guess it's
when
a
I was-
competitor to Z06, so it probably is.
If you were
Kind of,
yeah, I guess.
But
it
the
was.
reason why it didn't make it is because that motor, as cool as it is and as much power as they can make, every time I've driven one, whoop, 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 you think like you want so much more revs.
I was gonna say,
But
has
it revs
anyone
so
here driven
low.
a Viper?
I have.
You guys have?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never
Yeah.
driven one, so I can't.
It's a
comment.
cool
I
experience.
just like barely. Like
Yeah.
I did like a highway pull in one, and it's cool, but also like it feels like you're driving a Dodge Durango, but with 500 horsepower.
Can I tell you my least favorite part of the Viper?
Yeah.
I know people say it's a truck motor. It's technically not, although it definitely kind of revs like one.
Yeah.
Is that it has 6 lugs.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
gross.
I
It's
know.
so gross.
I know.
Gross.
First off, you're
Yeah.
never gonna find cool wheels. for
No,
it.
no, you're just
Like, that's
it's-
just out.
It's
Like-
either stock, which you're buying the I think it is the GTS wheel, which is
Yeah.
like a BBS type
Yeah.
wheel, or just like every dude has custom made HREs that are just like ghost flamed or like candy red and like black, you know, whatever.
It's
like
definitely a
just
tor that
horrible.
most owners have no style.
Oh,
Actually,
for sure,
you know,
for sure.
It's
Yeah.
actually worse than the Corvette owner.
Oh,
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
worse,
Way worse.
way
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Have you
they're
seen
like,
the jackets they wear?
dude, the snake.
Yeah. It's serious.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And like, I don't even like, they're not New Balance. What are they?
You know why? You know why?
Is that like full leather loafer? I'm not even sure.
There's a- there's
that's
a
like
reason-
Kirkland.
There's a reason why all those cars
Skechers
are gross.
with the rounded sole.
Because you can't have fitment on a Viper. It's just impossible. Like
Yeah.
even if it's slammed,
'Cause
it
of
has
the
like
way it
6
works.
inches
But
of wheel
I-
gap.
Yeah.
But I will say what made the Viper really cool during that period was that they just kept crushing the Nürburgring.
Oh, really?
Like that, yeah. 'cause
That was the next gen.
yeah, the second gen.
Yeah,
after
the
that,
second
yeah.
gen ACR
Yeah.
wrecked. Oh my god, I remember driving that on the highway out here. I
Wait,
didn't
were you
live out
saying
here
first gen?
yet.
I think first gen is 90s.
Yeah. No, second gen.
Second gen. Second gen.
Oh, you're saying
Second
GTS.
gen was
third gen.
2001.
So you're saying, yeah.
Second
yeah.
gen GTS 2001.
Yeah.
Right.
Peak
right.
Viper.
Yeah.
Peak Viper.
I like the body styling on the one that came after it.
The Gen 3 is sick.
Yeah, Gen 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate the Gen,
Gen 3 is the one that burns your legs. You
I hate the
you
Gen
literally
3.
the get
Are
out
we talking
the
about the
exhaust
same one?
pipe.
The one where like it's like really long and the doofy headlights and like
last
the
one they
really
made.
big. No, because
The one, remember the one I raced in my S14? That's a Gen 3 ACR.
no, that's a
Extreme.
Gen 4.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
anymore.
Okay.
Talk about a car I don't
there's
know
literally
anything
There's
about.
the
three
very
guys-
first one.
This, by the way, is
There's the
clearly a blind
GTS.
sidecar because we don't
Yeah.
even know how many gens
There's
there are. On
the
the bike.
ugly one. You
Which is
know
the
which
first
one I'm talking about.
The first one.
No, the first one's okay.
Sidebar on that.
Hold on.
I got a sidebar too.
Andrea from Pennzoil.
Yeah.
He just bought a Gen 1, like a 90 whatever.
Yeah.
95 RT10.
Yeah.
The
And-
RT10 is
And
horrible.
he's like, this isn't even a car. He's like, this is so bad that it's like not even a car.
Okay. quick little like bait and switch as a kid. When the Viper came out, we saw it at the New York International Auto Show. Went with my dad. It's like mid '90s, early '90s, like '93, I think. Right? Was
That's
the
a
year on
Gen
it?
3.
Oh, I hate those.
Yes.
Gen
that's a
4,
Gen 3.
okay, so Gen 2, cool.
You raised a Gen 4.
cool.
Yeah.
Gen 3,
I still
Gen 2 is
don't.
peak.
I still don't mind.
Gen 2
that
is
one.
Gen 3 is gross. Yeah.
But when
yeah, Gen 2 is the one that
was the cover of the first issue of 060
I know.
magazine.
Yeah.
Was when
Matt
that car came out.
loved those things. Shout out Matt Tazillo.
Yeah. But so when the first Viper came out, I think it was 93, 92, something like that.
Yeah.
We went to go see it at the auto show. And because it was a Dodge, like I don't think my dad thought it was going to be that expensive. So my dad started talking about how like we were going to get a Viper. Now, first off, I want you to like realize like I grew up in Queens. My parents didn't have a lot of money. Like, I had a Huffy bike when like all my friends had like mongooses, and like finally, like we were gonna get something sick.
Oh yeah.
No more Chevy Citation. Like the family's getting a Vyper. And we went to the dealership, and my dad saw how much they cost. And we came home in a Chrysler LeBaron convertible.
Sick. That was
Voight's
literally wow. Was there a pencil? Was there a pencil in there with the teeth marks?
Which by the way was a manual transmission. Years later, my mom still had it, and my Golf was broken. My mom was like, they were about to get rid of the car, and they're like, you can drive it until like it goes to the junkyard. And I went to the dealership to get a bushing for the manual transmission, and the guy at the dealership was like, we never sold that car in a manual. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how you have a manual transmission LeBaron. I'm like, no, come outside. I have a manual transmission LeBaron. And he came outside and he was like, all right, you guys are the one idiots that optioned that. He's like, they don't make parts.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah,
that's like bring a trailer
crazy.
gold right
Sure.
now.
Probably.
You
I mean,
sure
that would
your
probably
dad
win.
didn't
It would
swap
probably
it?
win Rad. It
Oh,
probably
win
did.
Radwood.
It would probably win
For sure.
Radwood right now.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool, like, but it definitely wasn't a Vyper.
Yeah.
It was one of the biggest automotive letdowns in my life. And then I also like just realized, understood like at that point where my place was. I was like, my place is in a front wheel drive.
I hate that
LeBaron.
feeling.
And
I
I
hate
hope
that
my mom
feeling.
doesn't hear this because she loved that car. But,
Yeah.
But
But it's no Vyper.
yeah. So anyway, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll come back and I'll give you guys my list, which
I'm
I
so
know
excited.
you're waiting for.
I'm so excited.
It's the snack intermission brought to you by Vyper Industrial. So this
Okay.
is what we're taking out the snack cart today, which is courtesy of Nick, the producer.
Damn.
He's British, so it's like British
is-
snacks. I just want to like first mention this because like Ron and I spent a lot of time like eating at Mark and Spencer's and
Yeah.
shit and
Rally
fucking
snacks.
Yep. Ginger nuts.
Horrible.
What
Horrible.
is it about the British where everything has to have?
Well, it's right next
like
to the
a
spotted dick.
Right next to spotted dick. Like everything has to have like some sort of
Some
Yes.
connotation.
You know-
some sexual connotation.
like
Oh, you know what? These smell like ginger snaps. I think this is just a different name for a ginger snap.
Oh, the texture is horrible. I've never met something crunchier.
There's not much give in this.
There's no spicy or fieriness.
all right, because the British guy can't say anything right now, and I see him like exploding. It's because you dip them in tea. Like, they're
No.
tea dippers, right?
Honestly, these
Like,
are a lot better than I expected. They do get fiery when you eat them more. Like it leaves a fiery tongue taste.
They definitely have more flavor than I thought they would.
I also love how much Ron hates it. He's like so upset.
I hate
you got,
this.
You have cookie all
I
over
hate
you.
This. This is the Nature Valley bar of cookies. Just it is.
It's
unbelievably
it's
dry.
Yeah, you want to give that a score?
No real. Yeah, 0. Yeah, that's a hard 0 for me.
Anyway, thanks, Vyper Industrial. We needed that snack break. What are you snacking on?
What is this? A cock ring?
I almost.
This April 3rd is 4-3 Day. That's right, the official and actually National Ken Block Day. And we are going to be celebrating the man with a 4-hour and 30-minute live stream with a ton of people attending. It'll be on Blockhouse Racing on YouTube. Check it out. We'll be raising money for the foundation. It's going to be a great time. Set a reminder, mark your calendars, do whatever you need to remember it. We'll see you there.
Just the name. Just the name.
We'll bleep that. So anyway, we're back. We're back.
All right. I am so excited
Ah,
to see
God,
what
it's the
Brian thinks
anticipation.
is a good
It's so
driver's car.
He already tried to sell us on RS4.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for like
So
Mexico market B150.
You realize the best part about this is the way this show is set up. We got 4 in there. At least one of my cars is gonna have to make it to the
Just
top
get to
5
it. I
list.
have to hear this.
At least one of them.
I have
If the
to hear it.
Quantum's on here, I'm walking.
Yeah,
out.
I'm out
Okay.
too. If the green wagon thing is on here,
We're walking out.
oh, you finish the show on your own.
First one, it's a throwaway. Exige S2.
Okay.
We've already,
Okay.
we've
Yep.
already moved forward.
Yep.
That is a top one for me. The next one, maybe actually a bit surprising because you guys know this isn't my brand, but BMW M Coupe. 2000, yeah. So like the E86 is one of the
Let it be
greatest.
known.
Is one of the greatest cars I've ever driven.
Scotto has chosen to be.
And if you don't know much about that, because it only was here for 2 years,
yeah.
Wait, what?
the M Coupe was only here for 2 years. The E86, which was the 2006
Was it only 2
to
years?
2008.
The clown shoe, like the classic.
Not the clown shoe. No, the later one.
Oh, Z4M.
Z4. Yeah.
Shit.
M-
Okay.
Z4M.
Oh, that's your choice.
So So
Not the OG clown shoe.
No. Z4M. Here's why. It's basically a lighter weight E46 M3.
You know what's funny is because
it comes stock with like CSL brakes. It weighs a couple $100 lighter than that, and it is way more raw. Like the steering's is way better input.
I actually
it's the
agree.
first car I've ever done like a high speed
under the radar
high
car.
speed control drift in.
Well, because I was going to
it
say
is such 50-50 balance. Like it is phenomenal, and I keep like reminding myself like I need to own one.
Yeah.
Because the OG clown shoe is cooler by like an infinite
It
amount.
is.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It
looks wise.
I don't think it's a great looker, and I think that's one of the reasons I haven't bought it.
Yeah.
But first off, it has like this really, really thick steering wheel, and like I just enjoy a thick. Enjoy a thick boy when it
And
comes
so
to a
does
steering
every
wheel.
Armenian in
Like,
Astoria.
there's just something about
loves a
that
BMW.
I just love that. It has a true like cockpit feel.
No, it's great. It's got an S54.
It has the S54 in it,
Yeah.
like which is what 330 horse, which is like
Yeah.
plenty. And I don't know what it is between that and the E46, but it just is like it's way more raw.
So
like
was it lighter?
It's lighter by like a couple $100, I think,
wow.
and it also has but like it makes more noise.
What
if that
year
makes
were they?
sense.
What year were those
like
made?
Yeah.
2006 to 2008.
Okay, so it's a little bit after the E46. It's like at the end of the
The
E46.
in-betweener.
Because I always
No.
thought it was weird that it was like newer than an E46 M3, but still had an
Yeah.
E46
So the
M3 engine.
E46 ended production, I think, in 2006.
Yeah.
So they literally took the drivetrain of the outgoing E46 and they stuffed it into a lighter weight.
Because that's
coupe.
Bengal. That's Bengal
Yeah,
shit.
Bengal,
yeah.
yeah.
Which like I've actually grown to like Bengal stuff later
too.
on.
Oh, for sure.
But I know when it
Yeah.
first came out,
Yeah.
people didn't like it. But
Base
like,
cars, but
I
the
think
M Bengal cars are bangers.
I also
Yeah.
think the 7 Series is a banger. Like the rear, like the way the rear
That was
truck
pretty good.
was.
The Bengal, the Bengal Era 7
really,
Series is pretty cool.
It really stood out.
But
Yeah,
that's
all
because
those
you
stuff
worked
is
in
good.
hip hop.
But yeah,
That's probably true. And that shit on 22.
Yeah.
OG clown shoe, cooler looking, but actually not a good car
100%.
though.
But I don't
Because
think
it's
it's a good car.
because it's
E30 rear suspension. Yeah.
Like it's not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
So
also
that's why
like,
I was like, eh.
that's also, I mean, I guess they sold through, but that's really a 90s car because that car came out in 98.
Yeah.
But that car for me is like the one BMW or newer BMW that I don't. Okay.
Yeah, good one. I like it.
We weren't supposed to get into it that far. I was supposed to go the rest
That was
of the
a
list.
really good addition.
So I'll hit you with the next one. Volkswagen R32. I'll get to it. Let me go through the rest of the list.
I'm not gonna.
Let me go through the rest of the list. Mazda RX-8. We'll get to it. And then the last
Ilya's ears are burning right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Hold on. And like, there's so much wrong with that car.
so
there's
good.
so much wrong with that car.
Aesthetically, yeah.
It is one of these-
almost everything.
It is like, there's so much wrong.
I like
with
where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And then the last one, which has already been said, but the second gen BRZ GT86, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I just think that is, I want to give that car its flowers because if you look at everything we've listed, it's almost all cars made from 2000 to about 2011.
Yeah.
That's the only
It's the
car
only car
that's
that
actually
has
in
that
a
spirit.
dealership right now that we're talking about.
Has the spirit of the
Has
old
the spirit.
school.
I have one parked outside right
They're
now.
so
It's great.
good, man.
Yeah.
Everything about that.
What
car.
came? Oh, okay. So
Okay, let's go
Yeah.
R32 real quick.
Oh, dude.
Because-
But first of all, I got to applaud you on your list. That's really good.
Yeah.
You knew ahead of time what we were going to pick. And you're like, I got to be different.
I lived my whole life to be different.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's a little
Yeah.
bit of it.
Yeah.
But like, this is also an era where I was a journalist, so I got to drive a bunch of things, and there were these weird standouts.
Yeah.
Sure.
That you're like, why? To me, the M Coupe is weird
Here's
that like
a-
it didn't become more cool.
here's a really
You can pick one up for like 30 grand.
yeah. Here's a really important question because I didn't drive an Exige, but I imagine that it's great.
Yeah,
Have you ever driven a Mark IV R32?
I have.
No, I have
No,
not.
I know.
I've
you
driven
have.
every car on my
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
The Mark IV R32 isn't great, but it's fantastic.
Yes.
It's so fun to drive.
The problem with the R32, the Mark IV R32, is it came out at the same time as the Evo and the STI. So in any of the comparisons, it is nose heavy, it pushes, and it didn't make as much power, so it wasn't as fast
the
in a straight line.
VR6, The R32 VR6 sounds even better.
I will say, I remember the way those sounded.
But is the slowest, most garbage engine that
Whoa,
that makes. Let's be real. Let's be real.
No.
What engine is fun that after 4,000 RPM
full Maury on
this
Scotto
thing,
right now? You just went full
the Mark
Maury.
IV R32.
He's turning red.
Okay, hang on. Hear me
Right
out. Hear me out. The Mark IV R32 has a fun power band from 2,600 RPM to 3,800 RPM.
No.
And beyond that, the thing feels like an old man and running high
Full
RPM.
torque comes in at 2,700. It's actually the opposite. Where like the Evo and the STI, you have to drive at the limit. This thing got like a power band for a long time. It's just a little consistently power
STI
band.
had a fat power band.
Actually,
in
you're
the US.
right. The STI was pretty good.
That was my only gripe. The R32 just doesn't have like soul up top.
I do not respect this fucking VR6 hate. I don't know why are you such a self-loathing Volkswagen boy? Like, what you have a
Because
VR.
I've driven cool cars.
He has.
I've
you
driven
have
Hondas.
a VR6 right now.
Drive
Why-
a B18C.
Why do you own a Mark II VR?
Nostalgia.
But it is cool.
Yeah.
It sounds cool.
Although I was on the phone with someone, I'm not going to name names. And I fucking gave that thing the beans while I was on the phone. And they were like, yo, are you driving a straight pipe 350Z? And I straight up hung up on them. I was like, what are you saying? I was like, I am in a 12 valve, 6-cylinder, staggered
hardest.
6.
Do I know this person?
Yeah, it's
Do I-
Max.
Oh man!
Unfollowed.
Wow.
But anyways, the Mark IV R32 is honestly fucking awesome.
So let me.
I really actually want you to drive one.
Let me explain this to you. How the way I see it.
Ron wouldn't like it, actually.
No,
I would hate it.
No,
I
you
know
don't
I'm
like
gonna
it.
hate
It's
it.
too soft.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let me explain the why I think it's great. Is that it is like peak hot hatch, right? Because the all-wheel drive, I'll admit, it's not always there when you need it.
It's basically front wheel. All-wheel drive is mostly front wheel drive.
Like, it's mostly front wheel
I
drive.
already hate it more.
But you can tell. But you can tell your friends it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So
No,
like,
okay.
it's that. But like, I drove it a ton. I had one in the press fleet. I had a friend who had one. I drove hers all the time. It's just really fun, and I've driven it on canyon roads, windy roads. Like
They're great. I love them.
and it's actually slow car fast because it is not
Sure.
an Evo, it is not an STI, but it's still it's a fun driver's car.
It's
And
got a fat steering wheel.
it has the best seats.
It's got great seats.
great seats.
The
Koenigs.
shifter.
The bolsters are bigger than any car we've discussed
Yeah.
on this list. I think it has a better seat than any one in any of those cars.
Little goofy seating position, should sit a little lower, but shifter is
it's a
like
grocery getter.
honestly almost too buttery smooth. Like you could just like throw
Oh, yeah.
it gear to gear.
Which is important in a driver's car.
Of course.
Sound great.
Yeah.
Like,
Sounds great.
they're honestly
They look good.
They're really
I will
They
give
look
it
good
to you.
too.
They look really good.
And I'm not a Mark
Even
IV guy.
from the factory-
I dislike Mark IVs, but the R32 does it for me.
The wheels that came on it, the multi-spoke, I think worked really well
They're
on
real
that car.
touring car style.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're beautiful. It's a beautiful car.
It is,
Like
yeah.
it's cool. I really love the Mark IVR.
Yeah.
On this list, it's super outclassed, I
Yeah.
think, right away, but it's
Completely
a
agree.
good car.
Yeah.
Okay, so RX-8. So,
Dude.
okay, so real quick,
Yeah.
the Renesis is one of the worst engines ever built.
Totally.
Not just the
But-
Mazda engine, but just a really, really bad engine.
But it revs so high.
But it revs really high.
Yeah.
It's actually not that fast. It only made like 230 horsepower. But it is one of the best handling out-of-the-box vehicles I have ever driven, both on track and in the canyons.
Hard
Yeah.
to agree.
Like, especially for the price point. And now you can pick them up for nothing because they're trash cars.
Yeah.
But most likely the engine's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Going,
Ilya
but-
daily drives one and he always jokes.
They're ugly too.
We give him a lot of shit because he jokes so much about how it's like he preaches how good of a car it is.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's like, it's so ugly that it's hard
It
to
has the
like-
weird door. I will say, like, they've aged okay. Like, it hasn't
No, it
gotten
hasn't.
uglier. It hasn't gotten uglier than when it came out.
I forget who, but I had someone render it as like a 2-door.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what if we fixed the RX-8? Because you remember at Hoonigan, I'd always had these big ideas of like, what if we just like built like a carbon side of this thing
Soupy
and
just quits
made
that day.
just made it a normal ass fucking
Yeah.
2-door and just redid the side of the car.
Yeah.
And it's like, it looks way better as a 2-door. It's
Sure,
that
I can see
weird-
that.
Whoever thought the 3-door
It's
was the fix.
almost there. Like, everything is almost there. Like, the gearing's way too long. If you
I
fix the
don't-
gearing on it, incredible.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. I still thought the gearing, like it's still great.
Is it longer? It revs to like 9,500.
It revs to 9,500, but
That's
it
sick.
also has way too long of gears.
Yeah.
I think if it had a shorter box.
But just like you say, the VR6, it revs to 9,500 or whatever, but like it's kind of the same thing from like 7 all the way up.
There's not a whole lot else happening.
And you're like, because it's only like 230 horse. You're not like going there.
Yeah.
But it's not about the engine in that car. Like, honestly, like that's the type of car that probably is good for like an LS swap. Like, because it's
the chassis is like really shockingly good.
Shockingly good. Like turning is really good.
Yeah.
Steering's good.
Yeah.
The driver's position's really good. As long as like when you're in it, you're pretending it's something else.
Sure.
I've never driven one, so I don't know.
Yeah, you did. We had one.
We had one at Hoonigan
with Scumbag Labs when we did the
Scumbag Labs car.
texting while drifting challenge, whatever. We had the G35 sedan, and we also had the RX-8.
Yeah.
How come I don't remember the RX-8?
Because I think we blew it up pretty quickly.
No, it had power steering problems because it's got electric assist power steering, and the electric assist failed.
It's oddly still really good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You drove it. I remember you saying that you liked it a lot. You should come to the episode. Yeah. Because that was a really fun episode to make, and we both had a lot of fun. Maybe you were in the G35 and I was in the RX-8.
I remember the RX-8 have the light beam on it.
No.
The light beam
game
was on the G35.
On Uncle Walter.
Oh, Uncle Walter and the G35.
Yeah.
Right?
The G35, tangent, worst car ever, but $1,500 welded. No, it was just a VLSD. That thing shredded so hard.
But remember, that car went to Saudi Arabia. And a $1,500 G35
and I told the story,
went to Saudi Arabia.
And then by mistake, they sent the Sultan of Brunei's Mercedes SL back instead.
The yellow one. We had it at Hoonigan.
Yeah, and then they swapped back and gave us that shit box.
Yeah.
Because remember too, that was so cheap because we got it before takeover shitheads got the G's.
Yeah, the takeover tax.
Yeah, that was when those things were cheap. You can get them really easy.
Yeah,
that was a great car.
All right, so we got to pick two cars.
Yeah, so RX-8 again, just a great driver. The thing about the RX-8 is like it's the car that you buy because you want to go drive it, and you don't want to have to deal with the servicing. You don't want people to see you in it.
Well, I think it's one of those pound for pound cars. Like for what you could buy them for now. I know we're going off of original purchase price, so then it gets negated. Like the RX-8 versus like its closest equal on this list is the GT86 BRZ, and that just smokes it, right? Like it's everything that chassis is, but cooler looking, better engine, like all that.
Yeah.
But it's a very honorable mention, and I think for the price, like it's very hard to beat that driving experience, like today in used prices.
You know what it is? I think it's one of those cars where like it has to be mentioned in this list. I think the time hasn't done it well.
Yeah.
So like it's not really that car that makes the final list. But I don't think you can talk about the greatest drivers' cars of this era
and not bring it in.
I love that none of us mentioned Miata, but
we'll get to that in our blind sides because there's a bunch of cars we didn't mention.
Yeah.
So from Brian's list, what do we move on?
Well, we already have because I was Exige and Z06.
Yeah, so Exige has already moved on. So basically, we've got M Coupe, R32, RX-8, or BRZ.
BRZ's got to move on, in my opinion.
I agree because it's the only thing that's currently at a dealership.
It's also
right now.
Like,
Although I want to say
it's a better
something
car than like if I had to pick one again to drive. Like if we're farting around the canyons out of that list, it would probably be for me 3. I mean, yeah, it would be that.
It's the R32.
I would be R32, Z4M, or BRZ.
Yeah.
From that list?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then we're like, well, we have the
E92.
We have the E92, so I'm like, that would beat out the Z4M for me.
Would it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't for me. I drove both pretty close to each other because
8,500 RPM.
They came out around the same time. But I don't know. The E92 for me just feels like a much. To me, that was the beginning of like bloated BMWs. Like I preferred the E46 to it, and I think that the M Coupe is better than the E46. I think the M Coupe is like that secret that no one talks about, and probably because
they're really cool.
Stylistically, the M is a better looking car. But if you're just talking about it from a driver's position, it's to me it's like a 911 competitor. Like it's
I think that 65 is a better engine. R32 is really cool. it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna hold up on the rest of them.
I
I
mean,
don't know. RX-8, great car, but it's not gonna make the top.
A lot of butts.
It's not gonna make the top 5.
Yeah.
Can't. It's not allowed.
so
It just can't. You know, like the R32 can't be in the top 5 best drivers cars. Like
They'll immediately be
list-
like, "Whoa, I'm not listening to this podcast."
Yeah, like
they have no idea what they're talking about.
the people who listen to this podcast, they kind of know what they're
And
getting
look, I'm
into.
saying it's a great car, but it's not top 5 best drivers car for like
It's
it's
not.
like it's in the top 27.
But it falls into a special category because if you like hot hatches, it's a pretty damn good hot hatch. Although you may argue that like the new Civic Type R is probably a better hot hatch. But I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
didn't even talk about that. If you're talking hot hatches, the fucking
CTR.
FK8.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah,
Okay.
just smoke
Yeah.
that thing.
So look, I would say this. I think the BRZ moves forward.
Yeah.
Because
completely
again,
agree. Yeah.
it's the only car in the current lineup that you can go buy today with a warranty from a
Yeah.
dealership.
Yeah.
So that moves forward, which I think is really crazy to think. Like, there's somebody from Subaru who's listening to this because I know a lot of people at Subaru, and like the STI doesn't make it into the list,
You want to know why?
but the BRZ does, which like to
Because-
them is a car that they barely pay attention.
Yeah,
to.
Halo car.
I think
Ish.
STI did a very similar thing to like the GT3, right?
Mhm.
Because the STI came out here at least in 04,
Yeah.
and it made 300 horsepower
Raw.
and had a 6-speed. It was like a light car.
Yeah.
And then I think now maybe it makes a little more, but like from when I stopped caring about them in like 2018,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they made 300 horsepower.
Yep.
And you're like, you're not evolving.
Yeah.
Like Porsche incrementally kept adding to their like
Yeah.
flat 6 NA, and it doesn't, you know, now it still only makes 500 while all the McLarens are making like a billion. But like
But
it's
Porsche
evolved.
also has the turbo and like they
Yeah.
got other cars.
But like the
that they can't beat
STI, I
the
feel
power
like
on.
should have gotten, as it's gotten bigger and fatter and more bloated, it should have like evolved a bit. It should have been
But
become
even
more
if you go back
spicy.
to the GD, like if you were to sit there and say you only get to own one car and it's either an Evo or an STI, I'm taking an STI. Like a 2005, 2006 STI, you only get to own one car. But if I get to have a fun car and another car, I'm buying the Evo. Because I think I dailied an STI. Like
Yeah, me
an
too.
STI is a very easy car to drive and
Me
daily.
and my brother had
Evo's
Evo
not.
STI. He had an Evo, I had an STI.
Oh, and then you swapped.
And anytime he would drive my cars, he'd be like, wow, this is so much nicer to drive.
Yeah.
Just
To me,
like sitting in traffic
Yeah.
and using it. and
like I'll
stuff.
say this
Yeah.
right now, if you only have one car to buy, I would buy in 04 whatever through 08 or 07 STI over an Evo because I just think overall it's a better car. But if you're talking about driving a driver's car, Evo hands down.
Yeah.
The
100%.
STI like from the factory pushes, it's not this like the Evo is so good. We'll get to this later, but the Evo is so good that I actually feel like it shouldn't have been sold to like normal people. You know what I'm saying? Like that car could get you
Right.
into trouble
Like it,
so
it,
fast.
it needs to be gate kept a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so let's clock's on. So we move the BRZ forward.
We move the BRZ.
So R32, RX8, M Coupe. That's
M Coupe has to go. It has to move on. I
You
know
think
it's going to have to compete with the E92.
Remember,
but I think it's a good
one
argument.
gets knocked out. One gets
I
knocked
think
out.
it's a good argument to have. The other ones, like they just don't stack up. They're cool. They're
I
good
wish
mentions.
I had more experience in the RX-8 to comment, because like I almost want to bring that one forward, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
You know, there's an entire group of people who listen to this. They're like, I can't believe Scotto didn't even mention an Audi.
I know.
And he
I'm
mentioned
one
a
of them.
Volkswagen, and it's not even carried forward.
Well, you know what I was
You know why?
excited
Because
about?
because the B7 RS4, I love that car. It's really good. I might buy one, but I'm gonna buy one. But I know that the E92 is just a better driver.
You know what's funny is because when I didn't know that it was going to be like MSRP 100K, I was excited to go through my list and then have you be like, no 360. Because I don't think like I wouldn't put a 360 on like best driver's car. I think it's like best theater for under 100K now, but it's not the best driver's car.
Theater,
Interesting.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good.
I mean, like,
that's a good
yeah,
use.
you've driven it, you've driven
Yeah.
mine. Like, it's a fun car
It
to
is.
make noise and cruise, but like, you're
Yeah.
not going to be like, oh, this is better than fucking.
And that was kind of surprising to
Yeah.
me. It
Okay,
was
so
a
what
lot.
is it, boys?
Yeah, Z for him.
Z
for
for
sure.
him.
Yeah, I would. My vote is R32. I'm just stating that, but you guys outvote me, so we
I
move forward.
actually would here's my logic. I would prefer in that list, I would probably pick the R32 over the Z4M. But like in the grand scheme of things, it's not making it in the top 5.
Remember though, the top 5 is actually the top 6.
Yeah,
and we can still swap out on, on a miss.
R32 is 2 digits.
Yeah,
it's a top
two-digiter.
like after.
And it's
10.
a 12 or 11, but still 2 digits.
not.
Yeah.
You're saying it doesn't even fall in the top 10?
I doubt it. In the grand scheme of cars.
And the other thing is too, I was like more so focused 2000 to 2010. Like there's other cars like F87 M2.
yeah,
Great drivers.
So let's talk. Let's talk about our blind spots here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I like it.
Cars that were not listed that because I went on the Patreon and I gave them the same make your list. They've had about 24 hours to put something together. So here I just went through quickly, and here are some cars that they had. They had a lot of the same stuff we had.
yeah, of course.
So I mean, everything we said, they said except for the M Coupe. The M Coupe seems to be the dark horse that
no one thinks
that's
about it.
blindsided
Dude, I
me.
didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't
I'm happy
know
to bring a
it.
dark
Yeah.
horse. You know, that's kind of the thing that made me most excited about this
for
episode.
sure.
Is that I brought something that both of you were like, huh.
I didn't even think
And
about
it's a
the R32.
BMW.
Yeah,
Which is not my thing.
I was so
okay.
happy about that.
Yeah.
Fiesta ST
Yeah.
or Focus ST RS.
Uh,
Right? It's on the list.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Fiesta over Focus all day.
I know.
Yeah, the Focus was cool-ish, but the Fiesta was just like unreal. Like, so you remember driving the i20N over in Europe,
yeah.
and the Fiesta was that plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
I
it
could
was-
see it being fun.
Even a stock one was like a lot of fun
They're
on
so
dirt.
good.
Like we had the
Yeah.
ones out at
O'Neill.
Team O'Neill's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
great car.
BMW 1 Series and something else kind of just left out.
Hmm.
So to me, I really like see again when the E92 came out. The press launch was the E92 M3 and the
135i.
135i, and I like the 135i better because it just felt smaller. Again, I like small footprint cars.
Yeah, I had a one E82, what they're called, 135i. Great car, loved it. N54, meh.
Yeah.
It's just not that awesome of an engine.
Yeah.
That said, I do think the 1M is like one of the coolest modern BMWs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
That with a V8, ooh.
All right, Miata.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, you can't
Everybody's
make this
gonna
list
pick
without a
it.
Miata.
To be completely honest, I've driven NBs, NCs. I've driven a good amount of them. They just don't do anything.
Dude, the motor
take-
is so boring.
My take-
Every
so
generation
sneaky.
of Miata has the most take a nap engine ever.
Yeah.
My take is that the BRZ fills that spot now.
Absolutely, and it's
Like,
like
low powered, fun to drive, like good driver's car,
slightly
analog,
longer wheelbase,
looks
so high
cooler,
speed stuff works
isn't
great.
convertible,
Yeah.
checks boxes.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Absolutely.
Mini Cooper JCW. Like, I gotta admit, as a Volkswagen kid, like they did a really good job at making a front wheel drive
Also,
car.
remember Matt Tasillo had one that was
Yeah.
pretty sick?
Yeah,
that
it was
thing
pretty sick.
cool as
Blue one.
hell,
And
Yeah.
it was
Except-
on NTO3 plus X.
Were you there when I
Yeah.
smoked them?
Oh, in the Titan?
I smoked them when
Yeah,
Nissan
because
Titan.
we were getting Italian ices in Long Island.
Because the Nissan Titan had like a 690 to 60,
Dude,
and I would always claim that.
Scotto
I would
was
always claim it
such
to
a
Matt
dick.
because whenever Matt,
But this is also
you
like
know how
this
he is
also-
with Church Van now?
I
That
know.
was him
I
in
was
the
just gonna
Titan.
say, do we have to talk about the time that he smoked
Smoked Larry
Chen?
Chen.
I did that in the last episode.
Did you?
Yeah, and we ran the
that's
footage of it.
Oh my
We'll
god,
run
that's
it again.
so funny.
We didn't mention any Mustangs. So realize, like in 2005, the Mustang returned as like the
And it
as
looked horrible.
yeah, but
Wait. Hold on. Pause on the 05 Mustang. Ron and I got our competition racing license in 05 Mustangs. That was the worst vehicle
Dude.
potentially ever driven.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I
Dude,
drove.
that
God,
car
that was I
sucks.
erased that from my mind. All I remember is Road America, great track. That car, wow, it was bad.
We did a Gran Turismo versus reality thing. We spent the whole day at Laguna Seca. And
Yeah.
you'd get in, you'd like jump in the Gran Turismo like
Yeah.
sim, and then you would do laps. And the RX-8 was the only thing that I could get somewhat close to my time in Gran Turismo. I'd go out in the Mustang and
Oh,
try to
that's
do
cool.
the same because we were doing RX-8 and the 05 Mustang
Yeah.
back to back. And I would go out and try to do the same line in the 05 Mustang and just be like completely
So
off.
maybe I've always driven just the wrong Mustang builds or whatever, but every Mustang I've driven, which is Fox Body, Terminator Cobra, the 05, like whatever that generation is, you know what they all feel like to me? You know when you get into a roller coaster and that bar kind of clicks in, but everything's just got play. Every like hard mount thing has play, but then there's like a big like stupid like foam thing. It's just every Mustang has felt like that.
Have you driven the newer one?
I haven't, and I heard those are phenomenal.
You and I drove one. I forget where we were going, but I remember the whole time it has like the auto blipper, and you and I were just screaming at the car because we couldn't get it to turn off.
The one thing I remember
because it was just like you would be blipping yourself, and it would blip on your blip.
Well, the craziest thing is we had that Bullet Mustang.
Yeah, maybe that was it. I don't know.
It was like whatever year that was, probably 2017.
Yeah.
And I remember driving it, and it had like a clutch delay valve throttle blip thing.
Yeah, that
you couldn't shut off, so you could shift it and just sidestep the clutch. You just move your foot off the side, and it's just smooth. Yeah. And I was
just
like, this
off the
sucks.
spring.
I was like, you're literally.
So you can't like power shift.
Well, it was just like. It felt like you were just like doing the motions of driving a manual, but you could do everything
Guys,
wrong.
this is a whole other firing order, which is new tech that really sucks in new cars.
Oh,
because it's all the
sure.
stuff that automakers have put in cars that just make cars not fun to drive.
Yeah,
I don't know. Mustangs never really struck me as like good drivers' cars. Those.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. I think the GT350 R.
Yeah,
that one I haven't driven one. I would like to try it out because I think that's one of the ones that would like probably change my mind.
Yeah.
But
I would like to try. Yeah, I would like to try. I don't know. No, sorry, it's not GT350 because those rule.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy that car, but there's tons of comments on one of my videos when I did like trying to find like a driver's car for under 50 grand or some shit. They kept saying Boss 302 Mustang is like a stripper pack Mustang.
I love how
that,
little
like,
all of us know. We're like,
I know. Yeah.
that revs to like 8,500 RPM and stuff. Like it's supposed to be really cool, but yeah, I don't know. Mustangs, I was never a Mustang.
My dad's got a Mustang. I enjoy driving it at my dad's house. He had both the 05 and then he has like one that's, I don't know, 4 years old or something. Like it's okay, but like the only reason he has is because he's older and big, and it's one of the few convertibles that like he fits in.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's why he.
I do dream of owning a Terminator Cobra one day.
For sure.
Yeah, those are sick.
But just as a like 1320
Well, you know,
style,
Yeah.
You know,
just
Ashley
do a couple pulls.
You know, Ashley was like a big Mustang person.
She was an SN95 girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, other ones. We didn't mention STI. We talked about that as to why.
Yeah.
Another one that came up on the list a couple of times, which I was actually surprised to see, was the neon
SRT4.
But I don't think it was a driver's car. I think of it as a like upset someone on the highway car because it ran 13 seconds.
The world's greatest sleeper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's not making it on no top anything.
That's a good
list.
firing order, by the way. Best sleepers.
I never drove that car because by the time I was a journalist, the Caliber SRT4 came out. And I will tell you right now, not a good driver's car.
No.
Shocking.
Not good.
The SRT4 is really cool, though. And I
Yeah.
just saw a yellow one on Marketplace that looked clean for like $6,000. And I was like, fuck, that's cool.
So, and the other one,
Kind of
which
a
the
good
other
guy.
night.
They also, can we just say real quick?
Yeah.
Huge F mic on those things.
Oh,
Just big old front mount intercooler, baby.
Oh,
that shit was sick.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And they
anyways.
just made dumb power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
that
were
was
good.
pre-crackle tune, dude. They were crackling.
Yeah, they were crackling.
Yeah, it was sick.
Okay. And then the last one, which like wasn't even on my radar, but Nick, our producer, mentioned it the other day. And then someone called it out again. I'm thinking this must be like some weird European thing, is the Toyota Celica or Celica, if you are from GTS.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember that car?
Oh, of course.
You know, Jolly just mentioned it the other day because he was like, no one cares about
Do you
the
remember,
Celica.
do you remember the one that we saw at Road America?
That one was sick.
Yeah, that
But
one
no
was
one.
pretty-
That's not a driver's.
That's not a driver's car.
But
It's not a driver's car.
But clearly, Nick doesn't stand alone. Like, I think in Europe, like where they.
You sure it wasn't Nick on a different
It
username?
might. It's Nick's burner
Nick on the
account.
internet.
Nick's burner account. Nick's burner account.
I don't know. They're cool, but
Is
I
there
feel like
anything
it's
else?
pretty
Is there
low.
anything else that you feel like is a blindside that we didn't mention?
I mean,
Catfish
like
Camaro?
EK Civic Type R.
No, because 2000 plus.
Oh,
EK
The
was
new
like
Type R?
98.
Well, yeah, the new Civic
New Type R is good.
Type
Type
R
R
is
is pretty
amazing.
good. Anything else?
Oh, RSX.
Yeah, those are
RSX
fun.
Type S.
Those are
I
fun.
never drove that, so I
Oh,
can't.
dude, those are sick.
They're really fun.
Those are sick.
They're really fun, and they like the looks are starting to come back to me.
I
Like,
love
like a
the-
white one Type
yeah.
R style.
Yeah.
Would the
they're pretty good.
would the Hyundai Elantra N hit the mark for you guys?
It wouldn't be on like top 10, but it's a
in-
good
it's
driver's
worth
car.
It's
mentioning.
one of those that really surprises
I
me.
just think that available in the market now, it's on the list because like I don't think a GLI or anything Volkswagen offers is on the list.
No, I drove the new GTI, the Mark
whatever,
8.5 or something, I would take an Anatra and over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a little quick break and we'll come back and we'll order this.
All right.
That won't be hard at all.
No.
Pardon this story time interruption brought to you by my good friends at FCP Euro. I mentioned this in past episodes. I bought a Vanagon and it is quickly becoming my new daily driver. It's replacing both the Audi RS2 and my Rabbit. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm having like a midlife crisis. I'm not sure if that's the direction it goes, but I really love this thing. It's not fast, but it's kind of just cool. It's quirky. It's a bit of a rolling office, which I just love. But the other day I got caught in a gale force windstorm. It was pretty serious. And look, I have driven in some really, really sketchy situations, but this one was up there. I was doing 70 miles an hour with a 70-mile-an-hour crosswind, and let's just say it exposed some weaknesses in the suspension area. The next day, I threw the jack underneath because I had to see what all of the wobbling was about. It wasn't what was wrong, it was what is not wrong. Every bushing seemed just beat to hell. The wheel bearings were slightly out of compliance, meaning they shook a little bit. I figured, all right, it's time to fix it. I headed over to fcpeuro.com, opened up the cart, and just started filling it. And like pulling a thread on a sweater, you know how it is, began with bushings, and then bearings. And then while you're in there, I added brakes. Continue to fill up the cart. We all know what's next. We know, because I ruin everything I own. I'm going to slam the thing on wheels, and then I'll probably never daily it again. If you too have a foreign car that you're trying to keep on the road, head on over to fcpeuro.com. They will be your best friend supporting your very, very bad decisions.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that RS4 wasn't on your list, because I was ready to have that conversation with you.
You're ready to have that fight.
Yeah.
Engine in front of the struts.
Engine in front, handles terrible, but I want to hear your rebuttals on it. And I was shocked that it wasn't on your list.
I'll fight on the RS4, but I think it's like that, like you're hot by comparison. Like at 3:30 in the morning, your bar changes a little bit, at the bar. and
the RS4 is your third open of the fridge.
But you start the RS4s when you start thinking ketchup's a snack.
But here's why.
No, it's a single slice of cheese, but
you can do a lot with a single slice of cheese. But here's why. Because the RS4 is one of the best handling Audis ever made. That's not an R8. No, it really is. Like so I'll compare
What
it to
about like the TT?
I'll compare it to the
RS3.
No, RS4s. The TT,
the new RS3.
The TT is
they took care
an
of.
R32. The new RS3 is definitely
the newest
the
one.
newest
That
one.
one was fun.
Handles really well.
Handles really well, but being DSG, I have a hard time saying it's like a real driver's car. I don't know. That's just like a line for me. I feel like I don't think to me nothing with an automated manual or DCT or I don't think that really fits in. I don't know. Like a driver's car
That's a
is
fine
like
line.
different.
That's a whole other argument to have.
I'd say I'll argue on that because it's not the conversation for now, but simply because F430 Scuderia. Come on, that's like one of the best driver's cars ever.
Yeah.
And it was only F1.
Look, I like my
and
car.
the 360
I
Challenge
like my
Chevrolet.
360 with the F1 and but I don't know. There's just
I don't know. The DCT on the E92 was
Are you a driver?
really good.
Are you a driver though if you're not like doing all the pedals?
Yeah,
doing all
I
the
would
shit?
say I would say that yes, there are drivers that are drivers.
True.
Yeah.
That prefer a DCT because the E92 was designed around it, right? So you actually get more of the spirit of the car from it.
Would your E92 be DCT or manual?
No, it would be manual, but I like the DCT.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think everything else on our list is
Manual.
100% manual.
Yeah.
So, look, I think there's those standouts, but I think in my opinion, most true drivers' cars are manual.
Yeah.
And
for
the
sure.
outlier there's an occasional outlier.
Yeah.
Like I know DSG is faster, but it's not as much fun.
Right.
And like this isn't about fast, right? Because I think it's like if this was about fast, then the Z06 wins.
Right.
Z06
Sure.
is the fastest
of course.
of the cars.
Yeah.
But is it the reason why the R32 almost made the list was because like it's fun. It's like that's part of a driver's car is that it's fun.
Yeah, it's
to
like a
drive.
mystical combo that you can't really nail down.
Yeah. So thing on the RS4 up against E92. I think the RS4 actually has better turn in, but it is not. It does. It has amazing steering. Like they figure it out on the B7 RS4, but it is not as predictable as the M3. Like the M3, like the faster you drive it, the more predictable it gets. Where the faster you drive the RS4, the better chance of you dying comes.
And like not a good way.
Not in a good way because no one wants to push off the cliff.
Yeah, that's
you know
right.
what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
like there's definitely
It's like surprise understeer.
Yeah, like it's just a weird dynamic. But as far as Audis go, up until that point when that car came out in whatever 2007, 2008, it was one of the best handling Audis. Have either of you guys driven the RS4?
No,
on the street.
Maybe you should drive the B7 RS4. It's actually quite good.
I like being an Audi hater, but there are quite a bunch of Audis that I do like.
I think that engine's better than.
Oh wait, I think I drove an older RS4.
No,
which one did Justin have? Justin Supernaut, the blue one.
I think that was a B7 RS4.
B7 is 06?
07. I think it's 07, 08. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they're cool.
I drove the old one.
But I mean, I've liked all the S4s. They're great. I like all the cars.
Yeah.
I like them. I just like top driver cars. Tough.
Yeah.
I think it belongs in the it's in the top 15.
Mm-hmm. It's an almost there.
Whatever. I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, you should.
Sure,
I think
absolutely.
I support
Jen
that.
Horsey has one for sale. I might just go buy hers. Anyway, all right. So the time has come to list our list. So as a reminder, we have E92 M3, Evo 9, we have Exige, C6 Z06, and we have BRZ M Coupe, which is the weirdest two cars coming from my list, but I still support them. So I think the first thing we have to discuss is which goes.
Honestly, on this whole list, I think I would just scratch M Coupe and be fucking chilling.
I think the M Coupe's a better car than the E92 M3.
Yeah, but you're not going to win that battle anywhere.
Not against us two.
Because you guys both had one.
No, not even that. But again, I beat a dead horse, but like the access you have to that engine, you don't get anywhere else. And the feeling that engine gives you is crazy good.
Yeah.
Like that thing screaming like on a highway, in a canyon, whatever, and it just doesn't quit up until like north of 8. Like, it's crazy.
And reliable. The thing is, like,
Yes.
I love the S54, but
yeah.
they're pieces of shit. Not like, it's not like they're going to grenade, but it's like constant sensor problems.
Very
and, like,
sensitive.
they're pretty finicky engines.
Where like, dude, Alex Bernstein was tracking his very, very used E92 M3 for the longest time.
like, had a cage cut out of it. Like,
yeah. 160,000 miles or something like that.
Yeah.
Never opened the motor. Track day after track day.
Well, it's
after
got
track
rod
day.
bearings.
Why do you like the E92 more than the E46?
Honestly, just because I had both. And the
Yeah.
E46 is like, I joked about this on, like, I did the M3 generation episode.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, the E46 was BMW's apology for the E36.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think
But
the
it
E36
is
That's great.
I think the E36
Yeah.
is the most basic overhyped car ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
But-
the US spec
But
one.
the E46 was a terrible car.
You think so?
Like, physically.
You know that people consider it one of the best M3s.
Well, and they'll agree with me here. Physically, a bad chunk of metal. Like, the
subframe would rip out.
The subframe rips out.
yeah.
The under the seat
but
breaks.
okay, remove
Like,
all
no,
that.
no,
Just the driving experience. Because like
it's
we're
close.
not,
Then it's like you're like splitting hairs. I mean,
so
what's more fun to drive an
so if you're
E46 or an
splitting hairs, if
E92?
you're splitting hairs, the M Coupe is better than the E46 M3. And then the problem is neither of you have driven it. It fucking is. It is. And I don't stand alone.
better
here.
than the E46 M3.
If you're saying the
Oh,
E46
sure.
M3
Just
and the
driving-wise?
driving experience
Yeah.
of the E92 is splitting hairs, I'm telling you that the Z4 M Coupe is a better driving experience than the E46. Stock to stock. 100%
Sure, yeah, I
is.
bet. Yeah, because
I've never driven an M Coupe.
Yeah, I can't
but,
say.
I could see it. I could see it being true. Just it being lighter.
yeah, the only thing I could argue is that it's newer than an E46 M3, so it probably added some like
Deadening.
some sound.
No,
editing,
actually, it's the
some
opposite.
niceties.
No. It's actually opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not
they
like
made
more
it-
numb.
No, they actually made it more raw. The coupe's actually more
I gotta
raw.
drive one of
You
I
can
gotta drive
hear
one.
the
I'm
engine a
very
lot
curious.
more inside the cabin, which was always like a complaint of the E46 was like it felt too neutered inside. It comes with CSL brakes. Like
Okay, we're gonna Google one thing, and we're gonna see if it's 3,100 pounds. I'll
okay,
I'll come around your way.
Go.
So Z4
I've got the stats right here.
M Coupe.
While you're looking that up,
It is First off, it's 50/50 weight. It's 3,200.
3,200.
3,220 or something like that. Yeah.
Not bad. Honestly, they're pretty cool.
Yo.
By the way, everybody should go buy one before this comes out.
All right, Alan, ready, Ron?
Uh-huh.
That shit goes kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Actually kind of sick. What?
Yeah. Look, on Built for Backroads. You've already
like with Arrow, and
that's really good.
I'll send you these so you can put them on screen. This is cool. This thing's kind of
it's slept on. I think it's a really good.
I've known about them. I thought they were cool. I just you kind of forget about them. They're a little goofy looking. That's why Brian likes them.
But you know why it looks goofy? Because you've seen the M6 of that generation, and that's a doofy looking car.
Yeah, the Z4M Coupe is cool.
That's a dope car.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so let's just discuss what else could go. I think,
dude, there's only and I know it's because of the way we did the order, so it's not a diss at you, but it's your cars that go.
Yeah. I think for me, I would. I'll tell you right now.
We went first.
I'll tell you right now. My target would be the E92 M3. I just think it's like the more bloated M3. I think you lost. Again, like I said, I drove that. I drove that same day or same week. I drove that, the 1 Series 135i, and I drove the Mini Cooper JCW all in the same press launch at Laguna Seca, and then drove down through Big Sur. And I think the M3 was like the least exciting car of the weekend.
All right, here's my biggest problem with this is without Ron and I having driven a Z4M Coupe, we're not going to come around and agree other than the fact that you are a way better arguer. If it just comes down to sheer arguing, you're going to win and we'll just eventually
just throws nukes
eventually
for no reason.
I'm also willing to go for hours.
Yeah, and I was going to say
what is your pod?
Yeah.
So
I'll leave.
Fine.
Ron will stick around a couple more hours, but then eventually he'll tire out.
He'll just fall asleep. And I'll just be here by myself. All right.
So
okay.
It's between the two BMWs though.
But let's ask though, hands down the M Coupe is a better car than the BRZ. But we're saying that the BRZ deserves to be on the list because it's modern day, and because it's like an entry level car.
Yeah. But if you took this list and then you had an E92 and then an M Coupe, that'd be it is so redundant.
It is the ultimate driving machine.
That would be
look at me being a BMW
Z4M, E92 M3, Evo 9, Evo 8, Evo 7, Evo 6. Then it gets stupid.
I mean, right now we got an American car, we have a Japanese car, we have a British car, we have German cars.
I was gonna say Exige almost feels like Subaru to me. It's like world
WDM.
It's WDM.
It's world domestic market.
By the way, can you explain to the audience what world domestic market is? Because that is such an inside joke.
Oh my God, I didn't even know where it began. But
we all agreed that we all thought Subaru was from Australia.
We grew up
we all thought Subaru was from Australia.
Because Paul Hogan was their.
And you're not going to say
ambassador,
ADM.
And Subaru sounds like kangaroo. It's it makes perfect sense.
So we all grew up thinking that Subaru was a world domestic market car. Subaru is WDM. And also Exige is WDM because it's too good to be British.
And it still is because no one, the JDM kids aren't JDM, I've got a Subaru. No,
right. Yeah. They're their own. It's WDM.
You know what? It's like the draft. It's remember how the race draft? It's that. It's they just got missed in the draft and World DM.
Right. Because JDM is all the old Grand Tours, the NSX, the Supra, the RX-7.
Yeah.
The Subarus,
they just get forgotten.
That's World.
Yeah, you were world domestic market. Which by the way, world domestic market, its World Series is WRC.
That's true. That's true.
Citron,
very true.
all those weird WDM cars. Those are all WDM cars.
The Ford Puma. Wait, it's a Ford, but what? We never got it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. BRZ M Coupe. Does BRZ move forward?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it has to. I think it shocked me. It shocked everybody when we were filming Gymkhana 2022, the one in Maryland. We had a pre-pro one. of the second generation. The first generation doesn't even like bear mention anywhere. It was way too slow to do anything. Second gen, we got a very, very early one, Scott Speed. Once a Formula One driver, then won a bunch of other stuff. Really, really good driver. He got behind the wheel and we're like, oh God, like he's driven everything in the world. We're giving him a bone stock, like bone stock. Like the tires were not good tires. And we gave it to him and we're like, hey, like we wanted you to do like a drift around a pole or whatever. Just go do like a quick tester just to feel it out. And he gets out and he's like, yo, this thing's sick. He's like, what is this?
Race car drivers in production cars is the most disappointing moment
they're
ever.
Always disappointing.
We would do stories, but we've got blah, blah, blah to drive this, like Tommy Kendall. And he's like, this thing is piss poor at best. You're like, oh, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yep. And then point 2 was when we were doing the East Coast trip, we had an S209 and a BRZ.
Yeah.
And S209's like bad daddy, like
carbon roof.
And
like
all
sick.
of us.
Oh, no, it wasn't an S209, sorry.
It was.
It was a Type RA.
No, I think it was a
Was it an
S209.
S209? It was an S209.
Yeah, right.
That's right. Yeah, and we were like,
fought.
we fought so hard to drive
and everybody started calling it the S16 or something because they were like, it's the S chassis after the S15.
The BRZ. They were calling the
BRZ.
Hurt coined that.
Yeah,
because we were fighting on driving the S209, and Hurt was just like, yeah, whatever, real drive car. And then neck and neck on the highway.
Neck and neck on the highway, and then
neck on the highway.
We full course drifted that Lime Rock, the little track.
Yeah.
Bone stock.
Yeah.
And like it was awesome.
Fun.
Granted, it needed a little bit more angle for drifting, but like if you modulated angle, it was like incredible.
Unbelievable. And then we had that.
I missed that because I was working on my Rabbit and then showed up late and got to run.
Oh, that's right. And then you
which
ran,
was really
you
fun,
ran the Eastern Bunny. And then we had the long-term one that we had at Hoonigan. Then we did a giveaway one where we drove S2000
awesome.
back to back with, and remember we drove S2K on Streets of Willow with the BRZ. Same mods. We both like the BRZ a lot better.
That was crazy. Yeah. It's not the most thrilling car. And I think compared to these other cars on here, it's quite slow, but it's a good car.
But again, this is about the driving experience. Like, does it feel good? Like when you are at speed going into a corner,
it talks to you. It just, it talks to you the whole time.
We had that and the C8 at the same time. And I remember time and time again taking the BRZ over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I have a presser outside right now. So
that's sick.
All right, so BRZ beats out M Coupe.
Yeah, that's a good list.
So so now let's order it. So
oh man,
Evo 9 top all day.
Wait, do we gonna go from the top or we want to go?
We could do whatever.
All right, let's go from the bottom. BRZ's at the bottom.
So is BRZ? Yeah, because so BRZ
because out of
BRZ
everything
comes
else,
in 5th place.
The engine Evo 9 maybe, but the engines on all the other cars have a bit of more soul.
BRZ GT86, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what sits in 4th? So I would say E92 M3.
I would agree.
Because
I think I agree.
Yeah.
Oh really? Wow, that was easy. Okay.
Because it's cool.
I just figured both of you guys had one.
No, we blaze it, but like not not over a C6.
They're great, but like in stock trim, they need a little waking up.
They need stuff.
Yeah. Then I think it would be, I haven't driven an Exige, so I think like Exige and C6 are going to fight for a spot.
I'm going to go ahead and say that
I'd imagine they're like similar in complete opposite ways.
I think that
you know what I mean? Like, because they're both like wildly impractical sports cars.
Yeah. Wait, which two?
Exige and C6.
See, for me, I think actually the fight is Exige and Evo 9 because they both only do one thing well, and that's drive. Like
untrue, because the second it rains, the second there's sand anywhere, the second there's snow, like Evo 9's just going to be, you're going to have fun in it everywhere. You are not having fun in the snow in an Exige. That thing's mid-engine. It's going to spin around on you. You're not able to get the weight over the front.
Are you arguing for an Audi right now? Like,
no,
this
I'm
is the Audi argument.
Evo 9.
It's like, the BMW is good until it snows. You live in New England.
Oh my God. Don't
You're
you
drinking
dare.
Dunkin'.
Don't you dare. I fucking love Dunkin', guy.
Oh, man. Yeah, to me, I think the C6 Z06 is 3rd.
I would agree.
Because as a driver's car, the C6 on track, better car. But like just as a regular, driver's car, I actually think you have to drive a C6 Z06 a little too fast on the street
totally
for it to really be enjoyable.
That was my number one. I drove a ZR1. C6 ZR1.
Yeah.
And I was so excited.
They're scary.
Yeah, I was so excited to drive it. And then I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck do you do with this
Well, we
thing?
just said before.
You know, like
it's the car you get a ticket in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
every time
you do a second gear pull and you're like, oh yeah, I'm fucking doing 100.
Yeah.
Like, this is
the
stupid.
consequences are way higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with it. I'm with number 3 being C6 Z06.
I don't know if I feel like Evo 9 is the best,
Well, this is.
I've got an argument for it.
but
Okay. Let's
it's
get into
really
it.
Good.
So I love the Evo 9. I always talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just great. It is. There's so much about that car that just is like, it makes heroes out of okay drivers.
Exactly.
I think the Exige makes great drivers great. I actually don't think the Exige is an easy car to drive.
Here's my
And I think that actually makes it a better driver's car. Because I think a real good driver's car has to have a skill level. You can't pick easy on it.
Yeah.
The Evo, you can be like, you can not be good at something and fucking put together a pretty good fucking lap on it.
I'll say that the thing that bums me out about the Evo the most, and like people give me a lot of gripe with this, is that it's not a sports car. Like the Evo is a homologation.
Yeah.
It's a Lancer, bro.
It's a Lancer.
It's a tarded up base car.
Or Mirage.
So,
depending
which
on
is
what
cool, but like when you drive it, it's like you're sitting in a shitty sedan.
Yeah.
That's sick. Whereas, you know, I think a lot the other cars on these lists are dedicated sports cars, so they feel a little bit more like.
Realize that the only car here, I mean, granted, the M3 you could have gotten as a 4-door, but
still
all
a
of these
luxury
cars
4-door.
are-
Yeah.
All these cars are
4-door.
coupes.
Right.
You
Like
know what I'm
coupe,
saying?
like coupe sports car, whereas like the Lancer, it's what I love about it, but it also I think really takes back from it being like when I look at driving a car, I recently like your opinion on the Evo 9 is a little rough because like you had the craziest Evo
But I also had a completely bone stock one.
a long time
For a
ago.
long time.
Yeah, I
White
guess you're
one.
right. Okay, never mind. I take
And
that back.
at one point I owned 2.
yeah.
Yeah. And he's also had WRXs.
Yeah,
So he's
okay.
had a bunch
I forgot
of
that you had the
stuff.
stock RS in
Yeah.
your other car. Yeah.
And the stock RS I daily drove in the mountains for
Yeah.
the longest time.
Because it's, you know what I mean, though? Like, it doesn't feel like a sports car inside, so it's hard to give it, like, top. but-
Where I will agree with you on that is if it's a longer drive,
Yeah.
right? Like if it's a pretty like an hour, 2 hours, like that kind of stretch, I feel like you'll get tired out
Yeah.
in something like the Evo. Whereas,
will.
Exige, yeah,
Bro,
actually, you're
I
right.
drove the
Yeah.
Exige from LA.
That's right.
When Ken used to live in
Yeah.
Rancho Santa Fe, I drove from LA to Rancho Santa Fe in the Exige, and I got down there, and like I immediately was like, I need a massage.
You're in a
like, just
toaster
like
oven.
in like 2 hours.
You're just in a
that
toaster
car
oven.
was
Yeah,
just-
I need to
that's
drive
true.
one of these.
Breaking.
I need to
Yeah,
drive
you
one
really
of
do.
these so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Which one
Evo
is
is
it?
one of my favorite cars of all time.
I mean, for
so-
me, I do really like your argument about how the Exige makes great drivers great,
Yeah.
but that's such a small percentage of people where the Evo, you jump in and it doesn't matter if you're 60% great or 90% great, you're gonna have fun.
100%.
And you're gonna like do really cool shit in that car.
Also,
I think that
I'll
matters a
argue
lot.
that the one thing that I found fun about Evos was when I first, like me and my friends had these cars when we were younger.
Uh-huh.
We lived in fucking Long Island. Most boring roads ever.
Yeah.
They're super fun in straight lines.
Yeah.
Super fun around town.
Yeah.
They're fun on track. They're fun in the canyons. Like, whereas, you know, I think a lot of cars on this list, like I bet an Exige, not really fun to just like light to light.
No.
No.
You know,
That's a good point.
Like, whereas like the
In Evo could be a drag car, and they were. I mean,
And-
AMS built.
They did
Crazy
before
fast drag
GTRs and
cars.
RS3s showed up, they were the drag car.
That's another blind side.
Nah, GTR not a
No,
driver's
but
car.
I think we should bring it up because I think other people will bring it up. I hated the GTR as
Yeah.
like a driver's car.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool,
it's a sick car.
but it
R35s
felt like
are
driving a
really
piece
cool.
of granite.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Like it just
Completely
was big,
agree.
heavy.
I've
Completely
only
agree.
driven one
Very
R35 Skyline, and it was or R35 GTR, and it was like a fully built time attack.
Oh, really?
No.
I've never.
I've
driven
only
like a
How
only
was
stock.
driven
that?
a bone stock one.
That was cool because it
Yeah.
was a fucking race car. I mean,
Yeah,
like
sure.
imagine
Yeah.
full carbon everything, roll cage,
Yeah.
like built trans. You know, like
Yeah.
of course it's gonna be.
But it's a totally different
yeah,
experience.
I've never driven like a stock streeter one.
Okay.
so
So,
I would go honestly. I just convinced myself because of fun in every single use case. Evo.
Yeah.
that's I think where I lean. I walked into here thinking I was going to fight to the death that the Exige was the greatest driver's car, but the Exige is the greatest driver's car on one type of road.
Yeah, canyon road.
Where like the Evo is fun in snow.
Yeah.
It's fun on a dirt road.
Now you say it. Oh, now you do the Audi guy argument. You fucking blasted me earlier.
I was gonna end on the Audi guy argument. It was planned all along.
That's fair.
But yeah, every use case, it's a great car.
Every use case, and to me, like the other cars you get in, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but there's this feeling of like, you get an Exige and it's like, it is a sports car. You kind of treat it like a sports car. The Evo to me is like when you show up at a go-kart track in the middle of a mall with your friends and you look over and you're like, this shit is going down right now. Like I'm wrecking all of you.
Also, it's the reason
that's what the Evo feels like.
Like the S2000 didn't make it on this list. And I think like the one thing that kills me with S2000 is like you could have fun on track and in the canyons, but like light to light, snoozer.
Yeah.
You know, like revving to 9K is fun.
Making the noise is cool, but then like you're still with traffic.
The other thing
like that street race you and I had on the way to Scotto's the other day.
The other thing I'll give the Evo over the Exige is it's a better engine.
Yes.
Like turbo, turbo over supercharger all day.
Yeah. Especially Myvec later
like
on.
4G6, like, it's like it's a good engine.
Yeah.
Like that Toyota engine's kind of whatever.
Boys,
we made
it. It is. I
didn't think I was going to be able to make it happen, but
firing order.
Evo
first episode, the official list. Number 5, the BRZ. Number 4,
Gen 2.
Gen 2, yes. Number 2, and also the GT86. Number 4, the E92 M3. Number 3, the C6 Z06. Number 2, the Lotus Exige S. And number 1, the Evo 9. Any class, MR, whatever, RS.
It would be fun to pair this pod with you know, we get into a little pickle and we can't decide, so we have to go drive these cars.
Well,
So I would love to drive.
I think we need to go find an Exige. This is what we should do this on your channel.
Yeah.
Let's go drive the Exige and a M Coupe.
Oh.
Because I think all the other cars we have experience in. I think that would be a great one.
The forgotten drivers era cars.
Yeah, let's because they
I would love to drive
because they're both drivers era cars.
Because I mean, it's funny. Ron and I did not consider the M Coupe at all.
Not
like
at all.
I didn't even think about that.
It's off the map.
It doesn't even.
The second you said it, I was like, "That's right. That's right."
You know, I did my homework.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
Live for this shit. Also, I go last. Like as the host, I go last, which puts me in the worst place because let's be honest.
So you know you got to come with some
because
heat.
I like all of these things is
cool
fucking
shit.
hard as hell.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Cool shit.
Screen grab that so we can throw it up for everybody.
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys.
Okay, if you guys have a problem with this list, I don't know, drop your list below. Let us know. Maybe we'll revisit it, but I don't know. This feels pretty good to me. I knew Evo 9 or Exige were going to be in the top. I knew Z06 was going to make the list. I think the BRZ belongs there. I would have fought for the M Coupe over the M3, but I think it's a pretty damn good list.
And there's a lot of caveats to like good, like because you got to think about it. Like we're talking about, like, you know, I'm joking about R32 GTI not being in like the top 10 because realistically, like you could build out a fucking 100. Like Ron and I talked about building like the best driver's car, 100 cars because you're like, there's so many. You know,
there's so many. Yeah.
So it's like,
All right, guys. Well, that was firing order. This is our first rotating assembly, which is the crew of all of us who make these decisions. I know you know I love that. Anyway, thanks, boys. That's it.
Brian Shorter show.
It is by like an hour. It's an hour shorter. The red light has been on for 25 minutes because this was supposed to be in Nick's head. This was an hour and a half, but hour and 25
just
still
15 over. Yeah. That's not bad.
Hope you guys like this. Let us know in the comments, all that good stuff, and thank you, boys. Well, I hope you guys come back soon.
We will be back
Always.
Thanks everyone for watching. I have been wanting to make the show for a long time. It's finally out. I'm stoked on it. I hope you guys are too. And we want to hear from you. So please drop a comment. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you want us to do more in the future. And obviously, like, subscribe, and of course, most importantly, share with a friend. And if you want to be a bigger part of this conversation on how this show gets made and also the after fight, because let's be honest, not everyone's going to agree with the list, join the Patreon. That's where the fight is. Vyper Industrial makes the best damn shop stools ever. Go buy them. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, I want to take a moment to really thank Vyper. They were the first to hop on and support Very Vehicular. When I hit them up, the immediate response was yes. We want the biggest package you've got. That's why they're the title sponsor. Look, they make a really great product, and I felt that way before this partnership, but they also do a really good job of supporting all of us in the car community. Think about it. They work with Adam LZ, Chris Forsberg, Grant Anderson, Travis Pastrana, Vermont Sports Car, and those are just the ones I can remember right now. So Vyper, thank you again. And as I was saying before, go buy a damn stool at vyperindustrial.com. That's Vyper with a Y. Of all the sunglass companies out there, you might ask, why Heatwave? Aside from them being friends of mine, they just make great shades. Awesome styles, cool collabs, smart tech. They even have extra large sizes for big heads like me. And for those of you wearing this on the job, they make ANSI Z87 spec safety glasses too. But what really attracts me to Heatwave is that they are physically a part of our culture. You will find them everywhere, from King of the Hammers to Formula Drift. You'll see everyone wearing Heatwaves at your local track day event. Damn, you might even turn laps with the co-founder Justin, because they're one of us. So one more reason to choose Heatwave Visual to fix your face. I'm a tool dork. My obsession might even dwarf my addiction to cars. I love collecting unique and specialty tools, which is how I initially fell in love with Wera. First off, they just make aesthetically pleasing tools. They feel good in your hand, they have a great finish, their sizes are universally color-coded, and they are super strong. In 2 decades, I've never broken a tool from Wera. I wish I could say the same about my other tools. But the thing I like the most about Wera is that they create clever solutions for your wrenching woes, because you need over-engineered tools to work on today's over-engineered cars. So if you're ready to step up your tool game, whether it's the Zyklop ratchet or the Joker wrenches, find them at weratools.com.